So I want to introduce somebody that's another change agent for our company. When I met him, I knew it instantly. Mr. Michael Valdes!
Woo! Our final speaker of today. Woo! Final speaker.
Oh, baby.
All right, so I'm going to start with thanking these two gentlemen for having me follow Grant Cardone. What the fuck? What the hell was that? You know, listen, if it was Elena Cardone, I'd be nervous, but Grant, come on. No, it's sort of like, are you kidding? This is sort of like, another hand for Grant Cardone, please. You guys just create magic, right? You empower everyone to create their own empires. And that's amazing. You created a movement with 10X. And so we have a really similar story. EXP is now a movement. We're all a part of this, but we're all ambassadors of what this story is. And so it's my privilege to be a part of this story. And Gene, you mentioned the story with my dad. And so my dad was part of Batista's cabinet and was arrested as a political prisoner on New Year's Eve. Sort of like, I don't tell the story a lot. On New Year's Eve, 1959, when Castro took over. And so he was newlywed to my mother. They were already in New York. And so here is my mother that is, I wasn't born yet, sort of like, I'm not that old. But it was, hey, it's only a number. Listen, I'm old enough, I'm 55. So it's, so my mother is newlywed, and my father is in prison. And he was there for 3 years and was released during a prisoner exchange program with the Bay of Pigs. And so there's that story of tomorrow's never promised. Talk about burning the boats, right? There was nothing but succeed. Success is your duty, right? That's what we have to do. There is no plan B. We are the fastest growing real estate company in the world. And that's because of all of you, right? You're all owners of this thing. This is your company. Glenn started it. He gave it all of us. We're all owners of this. So I'm going to take you on a little journey. This is what we've done internationally. Is this video going to play? That last one is today. We open Colombia today. We are already recruiting agents in that country. That is country number 14. We are going into Spain next month. We're doing Israel before the end of Q2. We'll be announcing Q3 countries during shareholders. This is a movement, guys. This is a movement. Look what we've done. Look at that. So Glenn calls me a slacker because I only opened 5 countries in 2020, right? So I've been here 10 months. We've opened 10 countries. So there's an average there somewhere, right? And so like, it's about selling 1 house a month. Let's open 1 country a month, right? Let's do this. Let's do this. So for those of you that don't know where I came from, so I was Senior Vice President of Realogy for 15 years. I opened 70 countries during my tenure there. I looked after 113 countries. So for those that sort of say the story has been written, we've just started. Just starting. Come on now. I got 99 to go, right? Come on. Come on. What is it, 100 countries in what? 10 years? Is that what you're giving me? Let's go. Let's go. Come on. So these are the next 3 in Q2. And look at all this. It's sort of like we're a global company, right? They're writing about us in all of these languages. So we are a really, like what we're doing right now has never been done before. And I'm going to say that again. It has never been done before. We are all a part of history with this brand. What we are doing together has never been done before. It's amazing. So, for those of you that are trying to figure out about eXp Global and where to find it, because something that's really great about us is our agility, right? And so, the US model is completely different than what we do internationally. So what we do is that we have the power of a global company that becomes the local competition. So we set up a corporation. Remember, we're not a franchise. So we set up a corporation in every country that we're in. So we own 14 corporations around the world right now, wholly owned by eXp World Holdings. So we are a global company that becomes a local competitor. So we start examining what the competition does in every single country. And we build our model. And then I sort of sit down with Glenn in the early countries that we open, and then he takes his red pen out. And he says, I want to be even more competitive. And so we become and we strive to be the most competitive model in every country that we open. I'll give you an example. Here in Mexico, we are the fastest growing real estate company in Mexico. We are just under 500 agents in less than 100 days. Is that amazing? And we have 400 agents in the Join app. So we're going to be really close to breaking that 1,000 record in a really short period of time. In India, we're doing the exact same thing. In India, we're about 400 agents in the same period of time. We're about to onboard a team of 300 agents in India. And so here's a great story about that whole thing with India and going back to the idea that this is now greater than us. So in India, I had a conversation with that team leader. And so he actually wanted to have a title at eXp India. And I said, I can't give you a title. You don't work for eXp. And so he says, but I want one to have a competitive advantage. And I said, the beauty of this model is that everyone is equal. And everyone has the same opportunity in every market we're in. And he understood that. And he actually sort of said, you know why I love your model? I said, why? He says, because your model was built for humanity. Dude, think about that. Your model was built for humanity. We're talking about a real estate company. This is bigger than us, guys. My broker here in Mexico, he said to me, Ismael Gonzalez, he said, my country needed this. Think about that for a second. Right? My country needed this. Glenn, you imagine 11 years ago, if somebody would have said to you what you're thinking of setting up, you're going to change not only lives, but the way business is done in countries. It's powerful, guys. It's powerful. It is greater than any of us. We simply are the ambassadors of this message. We've got that golden ticket, right? We know what's that secret to help somebody, to get them to lead a better life. I was with Glenn in Dallas during the sprints last year. Countless people came up to him and said, "You changed my life." You can't put that on a P&L. You cannot put that on a spreadsheet. Carlos's story, Veronica's story, these are real people sharing emotional stories. This is a real estate company, guys. It's not a real estate company. It's a movement. It's what all of you are talking about. It's Gene sort of saying we're going to get to 1 million agents in 10 years. It's us sort of thinking we're going to get to 100,000 agents at the end of this year. It's going to happen. It's already happening. We just don't have, we have nothing to do with this. The rocket ship has taken off already. So we're all a part of what this story is. So those that are trying to find out the different models around the world, we have a global website. It's expglobal.partners. And there's an interactive map. If you hover over that map, it'll give you the landing page of the country we're in, and that will actually give you the model that we have. So we already have to update this. As the video showed, we're over 52,000 agents now. There we go. We are now in 14 countries and counting, and 7 languages. So imagine that. We have all of the different EXP worlds. If you go into EXP India, they're speaking Hindi. If you go into EXP France, your French better be good. We've got Portugal going, we got Brazil, we've got Puerto Rico. Anyone from Puerto Rico? There you go, that's the Puerto Ricans right in the front here, Brent, Gove. So, any new countries that you guys want my team and I to consider, that'll be the same website, expglobal.partners. And right there, there'll be a forum. I meet with my team every single week. We start looking at opportunities. We start looking at what makes sense. And the idea is that we are building a global brand. So we're looking at some key areas that we've done, Mexico, India, Brazil. And then from there, we're actually being strategic and filling in other countries that will actually help the brand grow and help all of you guys as we're building a global footprint. So there is the pre-register, there's the place to nominate a new country. You can also pre-register agents for any country we've already announced, but have not opened yet. So Colombia is open as of today. So in this case, it'll be Spain and Israel. You can actually pre-register agents on that site there. And then we've got, during Shareholder Summit coming up, we've got an entire global track happening. So that will be happening throughout the entire program. And we actually, for the first time ever, are going to be doing a Spanish track. So we're going to have a Shareholder Summit all in Spanish. It'll be the first time that we've done that, so really exciting about that. And a lot of the people in this room are participating, so Veronica, Carlos, a lot of people are participating. All right. What else we got? I'm keeping you from lunch, so there's a little bit of what's going on. There's your Spanish track. This is what we're doing with everything on the tracks there. We had a global reception going on. So last year we did the reception on the beach, and we realized that my voice really carried, and there wasn't enough private cones. So we're going to do it in the expo now. So there's enough more private cones. So there's going to be a country booth in the expo. So remember, this is going to be a new world. So remember, you have to download the EXPI campus. It is not EXP World. EXPI campus is a different world. You don't need a password. You can actually sort of invite anybody that you want. It's to the Shareholder Summit, and it'll be at EXPI campus. So I'm going to go through really quickly. This is just my team here. If anyone has any questions, you might want to just take a quick snapshot of this. I don't want to take too much time on anyone here. This is the global team around the world. These are our leaders around the world. We got these on a few slides now. There we go. And that's what I've got to share with you. But listen, the idea at this is really not to have taken a lot of time of this, but really understand that what we're all a part of is incredibly special. This is a gift. This is a gift that we've all been given. And the idea that we're sharing this gift with others is not only our responsibility, but it truly is a privilege to be able to share this with the world. Thank you for the time today, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Michael Valdes, everybody. Woo!